Ooh, these are flexy. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave from Chase the Summit, and today we're going to be taking a look at a special pair of KEEN hiking boots. Full transparency here, this video is sponsored by KEEN. KEEN did provide the Ridge Flex hiking boots for the purpose of this video, and they're also paying for the production of this video. With that being said, I've been using KEEN products for a very long time, and I would never endorse a brand or product I don't believe in or stand behind. KEEN is so confident in their product that they're not going to be filtering my opinions in this video, and they're allowing me to share my honest opinion with you. These are the brand new KEEN Ridge Flex hiking boots that feature some really interesting technology that hasn't been seen in a hiking boot before. I've actually been wearing these boots for about a week now, so I've got some miles on them, so they're not perfectly clean, but I thought I'd still try to do some kind of unboxing for you. Let's take out one of the boots here. Lately, I've been doing a lot more hiking and walking to try to mix up my training for ultramarathon on my local trails. And I tell you what, my old hiking boots were really primed to be replaced. They were pretty beat up, and it was pretty opportune that KEEN reached out at that time to offer me the KEEN Ridge Flex hiking boots. Plain old hiking is a great way to mix up your training for trail and ultra running. You can wear a heavy pack or a weighted vest, and it really uses a whole separate muscle group, and it works you in a different way. Low impact, doesn't hurt, doesn't make you sore, and it's a great way to add miles to your week without really killing yourself in a high exertion activity. This is a brand new boot from KEEN, but it's based on an older model from them called the Targhee. That boot was wildly popular with hikers. Chances are if you've been hiking for a while, you've seen them on the trails or you've been wearing them yourself. Lots of people picked them up for good reason because they're super comfortable and they lasted a very long time. So the Ridge Flex hiking boots borrow a lot of the design from the Targhee, but add in some new technology, most specifically something called Bellows Flex technology. And as it turns out, right above the forefoot here in the middle of the boot where flex is where most people felt a lot of pain with a brand new boot and where the boot ultimately would fail over time. So what KEEN did to get around this issue is they actually replaced this area with an accordion-like piece of rubber. As you can see here, this little piece of rubber is super flexible. If I squeeze it there, you can see that it's real flexible and it moves with the boot without actually pinching on the foot inside of the boot. Now that this is rubber, it's much less stressed. What I found really amazing about the KEEN Ridge Flex hiking boots with the Bellows Flex technology is that there was no break-in period. Typically with a hiking boot like this, you'd have to wear it for 10, 20 miles before it would start to get comfortable and that area would start to break in. But because of the Bellows Flex technology, there's no break-in period. You can literally take these out of the box and go hiking with them with zero issues. That's exactly what I did. I didn't end up with any blisters, they weren't uncomfortable, super comfortable out of the box. They honestly feel like boots I've had for, several years that have been worked in and kind of broken in that area. KEEN also claims that because this area is so much more flexible, it takes less effort from your foot to flex it forward as you walk. And this actually leads to better performance while you're hiking, so it means you can go longer and farther with less effort. And that's where KEEN coins the term hike happy. That's what they're all about here. The KEEN Ridge Flex hiking boots also offer KEEN Dry technology. That's a waterproof membrane that's super breathable and very comfortable, much like Gore-Tex, but it's kind of their own thing. That means you can go through stream crossings, you can hike in the rain, you can go through puddles, and not have to worry about your feet getting soaked through or wet. If we look at the bottom of the boot, we can see that there's a deep 5mm lug pattern here, very aggressive, and it's got a tremendous amount of grip and traction. That's been helpful for me because right now it's winter time here in New England and there's snow on the ground, and even though KEEN doesn't advertise these as a winter hiking boot, they've done great in snow, in mud, through puddles when it rains and all the snow melts down. They've been really good in terms of traction. No issues going up steep climbs or anything like that. They've been really grippy. And even though these aren't advertised as winter hiking boots, they do have enough volume inside to wear a thicker sock so you can go into the later months in the fall or in colder months in the spring. I have a really weird foot. I have a wide forefoot and kind of a narrow heel. And these boots actually accommodated that just perfectly for me. Super comfortable fit for my foot. And I know everyone's feet are different. If you have a narrower foot, these might be a little bit too wide for you. You could definitely put in a thicker sock or something like that to take up that space, but it's something to consider if you're shopping around for this boot. I won't say they're officially a wide boot, but they're certainly wider than other options on the market. The lacing system on the KEEN Ridge Flex hiking boot is pretty traditional. The lace holes themselves are made out of a nylon, and then there's two sets of lace locks at the ankle to really lock down that fit. There is a removable polyurethane insole that's pretty thick and comfortable, but if you find these boots are fitting a little tight and you've got a little too much volume there, you can actually take this out and swap it out for a thinner one to really dial in that fit even more. The liner of the KEEN Ridge Flex hiking boot is also quick dry material, and it dries out super fast even if it gets pretty wet. So if you're camping or something like that, you could throw these in your sleeping bag and have them dry out overnight. overnight. That is particularly important if you run hot and you sweat a lot, or even worse, if you accidentally take a dip while you're rock hopping across a river or something. Around the back of the boot, you've got a really generous pull tab to get the boot on, and I really appreciate pull tabs, so I'm kind of a sucker for that. I've only had these boots for about a week now, so it's really hard for me to judge durability, but I will say they feel really well made, super high quality, the stitching feels solid, everything about this boot just feels, you know, really tough. And because this boot is based on their older Tarkey hiking boot that has a pretty good track record, I have no doubts that this boot will last a really long time. One area that's pretty impressive is actually the toe cap here. It's a solid chunk of rubber that goes all around the toe. You can see that they really paid attention to this. If you're a hiker, you know what it's like to stub your toe on a granite rock. That's especially bad if you're wearing trail runners. So when you're wearing something like this, you've got a ton of protection on the front here. I am curious to see how this Bellows Flex piece of rubber holds up over time. You know, that's a new piece of technology for them. It's something they haven't done before. So only time will tell in terms of durability of this new piece of material. I have to assume it will last longer than leather because that's really the first point of failure in a typical hiking boot. Overall, this boot feels like it could take a beating, and I really think this is one of those boots that you don't really have to worry about ripping or tearing or the laces falling out or anything like that. They've really paid attention to detail on this one. And I will be posting a 6-month follow-up video about the durability of this boot when I get some miles in the mountains and some really rugged terrain. So look forward to that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss that in the future. The KEEN Ridge Flex hiking boot comes in a variety of sizes for both men and women. It also comes in different colors. This is the red and brown color, but it also comes in a really nice lime green and gray color, which I wish I got instead of this one because I'm kind of a sucker for lime green. But this is a good looking boot overall. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I usually like a more minimalistic boot, but this is a pretty good looking boot. Overall, I've been really enjoying my experience with the KEEN Ridge Flex hiking boots. It's been a big upgrade over my 10-year-old hiking boots that I was wearing before this, and I'm looking forward to getting some more miles in these in the mountains, really putting them to the test, checking out that traction, checking out durability and overall comfort over time. These boots have even made for pretty good everyday footwear. I've been shoveling the driveway with them and checking the mail and things like that, and because they're so easy to get on and comfortable, I don't mind doing that with this kind of boot. And finally, I do want to applaud KEEN for innovating in the hiking boot space. I feel like the hiking boot market has gotten kind of stale. Most manufacturers have just been releasing leather boot and some synthetics, and it's just gotten kind of boring at this point. So it's cool to see a company like KEEN innovate with the Bellows Flex technology and do something totally different. And not only is it totally different, but it's actually practical and functional, and it actually enables you to have better performance while you're hiking. So it's kind of a big deal. All right, folks, that's all I've got for today. If you are interested in picking up a pair of KEEN Ridge Flex hiking boots with Bellows Flex technology, that's a mouthful, I'll have links down in the description. Those links do help support my channel, but they cost nothing extra to you. If you made it to the end of this video, you probably liked it, so you might as well hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss more videos from me in the future, and maybe give me a thumbs up while you're down there. It really helps out my channel. Finally, if you want to see more hiking gear featured on this channel, let me know in the comments down below. I usually stick to trail running, but I do hike. I mean, trail running is kind of like hiking, you're just going a little bit faster. So let me know in the comments down below what you want to see, what kind of gear you would like featured on the channel, and maybe I can accommodate that. I think that's all I've got. Hike happy. I'll see you in the next one.